I'm Dr. Donald Diebel.
And I'm Cindy Diebel.
And over the years, we both have had the wonderful opportunity to become intimately involved with UCP of Central Florida.
When families walk through the doors at UCP, they find a place committed to unlocking the potential of children and young adults with and without disabilities.
UCP's early intervention sets children on the right path and could lead to that first word, first step, or even a first job. Through support, education, and therapy programs, UCP is helping children ages birth through 21 express themselves, in some cases for the very first time. When Gage's mother had her 20-week ultrasound, she and her husband were told that her child was diagnosed with hydrocephalus, and the prognosis was very poor.
It got progressively worse and worse, and they told us basically his prognosis was severe mental and physical handicap retardation, and they didn't really know a quality of life for him.
We spent a lot of time in the hospital, obviously. After weeks and weeks of spending this time, we got close to being able to take him home. It got to a point where we started to see results.
Gage coming to UCP was probably one of the biggest blessings of his life. Before coming here, he never really found his place. He has grown exponentially here. His vocabulary has tripled. He is just a happy kid. We definitely feel like we made the right choice in placing Gage here at UCP.
We saw that he was thriving now. I mean, he had a place where he would come. You know, we would pick him up and he would talk about it, and he would be excited about it.
Gage's sister is here and does not have any medical issues. She's a perfectly healthy 11-month-old little girl, and we decided that this was the right place for her too. He sees her in the hallways, and they tell me all day long that he lights up. The learning environment is wonderful. The teachers are absolutely incredible, and the love that they give these children is just unparalleled.
He's made such long strides being here. Obviously, our near-term goal is to have him walking. He comes through the door on his walker and he scoots down the floor. He doesn't go very fast, and that really gives him time to acknowledge every single person in the hallway and everybody working here.
He couldn't sit without having a seatbelt holding him in, and now he will sit here and play with Play-Doh, play with foam on the table. He's learning his pre-academic skills and socialization. He loves to play with his friends in class. He's doing great.
Okay, now we're gonna stand up and use our big strong legs. Ready?
Up we go.
So Gage is working on standing all by himself.
Gage is thriving like any other 2.5-year-old would thrive in any environment, and we credit that to UCP. And it's given us as a family peace of mind, knowing that there is a place out there for him that really is giving him limitless possibilities.
UCP's College Transition Program offers a unique experience for young adults with disabilities, allowing them to attend classes with their peers and learn valuable life skills that will carry them successfully into the future.
When Josh came into the College Transition Program, he, for the first time in his life, was asked, what do you want to do with your life and your career? You know, what is it that, what are your goals for yourself? And he had never set goals for himself before. And he then began volunteering as an intern in a classroom. Now, after 2 years of coaching and mentoring and participating in those options, he works as a teaching assistant.
Josh has worked very hard to learn the skills necessary to transition into adulthood. At age 22, he has found his potential and is employed full-time at UCP.
I even told him that I have a disability and what's my strength and my weaknesses. And it's hard for a lot of people to do that.
When Josh Zayas, or Mr. Zayas as we call him in our classroom, came to us, he had a glimmer in his eye that says, I understand these children. He had an understanding of how it was difficult to learn, of how it was difficult to keep up. I think I'd understand things better. He also understood that it took more persistence and stamina, that some of the kids that would just throw up their hands and say, I can't do this, he'd say, yes, you can. We'll do it together.
I love it. It's my passion. It's not just a job, it's my career.
Maria was born with severe scoliosis and spina bifida and had multiple surgeries during her young life. When she came to UCP 2.5 years ago, she had difficulty moving around.
One of the things that's hard for Maria was her severe scoliosis, which is limiting her to do activities. So once, after working with her and positioning her correctly, we were able to help her just engage her environment, and reach a higher potential. Maria is also working on strengthening her upper body and lower body so she can eventually walk, maybe with a device.
Maria's awesome. Despite her obvious limitations, she maneuvers this room very well. She gets around, she gets into everything. She's not timid at all. She's very outgoing. She interacts with the children. Sometimes she even teases them. She makes jokes. Children love her. She's very motivated. What may seem like insurmountable odds to us, she just looks right past it. She's like, I'm going. She decides this is what I'm going to do, and she does it. She's super, super awesome.
UCP of Central Florida, unlocking children's potential one life at a time. A first word, a first step, a life without limits.